Look around. Everyone seems to be constantly meeting up, texting, traveling in groups, and you look at this and think, something must be wrong with me. But psychology says the opposite. People with few or no friends are often just wired differently. Behind their solitude are not flaws, but psychological traits that most people simply don't understand. Let's break down 5 real reasons why this happens. First, you have zero tolerance for fakeness. If you have few friends, you probably can't stand shallow people anymore. The ones who smile to your face but talk behind your back, who wear masks, play roles, gossip, or manipulate. Your inner radar picks it up instantly. Research shows that the more self-aware a person becomes, the less they tolerate inauthenticity. You'd rather sit in complete silence than engage in a conversation that means nothing. This isn't misanthropy or avoiding people, it's your nervous system protecting your peace. Second, you need depth, not numbers. You're not against connection, you're against emptiness. Small talk about the weather, polite how are yous, casual chatter that leaves you drained, that's what exhausts you. You're interested in something else. Ideas, psychology, meaning. What drives people? You're not looking for a conversation partner, you're looking for resonance. And if that person isn't there, you choose solitude. Because quality of connection matters more to you than quantity. You're not avoiding relationships, you're just not settling for empty substitutes. Third, your brain spends more energy on socializing. Some people recharge around others. You might not be one of them. Even after a short meetup, you feel completely drained. You need time alone to recover. This isn't because you're antisocial, it's because your nervous system operates with higher sensitivity, you pick up on tones, micro-expressions, subtext, you process more information per second. Social energy for you is a finite resource, and that's completely normal. Fourth, you don't need constant external validation. Many people seek company to feel worthy. A like, a compliment, approval. You don't need that. Your self-worth grows from within, not from outside. You can entertain yourself, support yourself, be proud of yourself. Psychologists call this low social dependency. It's a rare trait that signals inner stability. But from the outside, it often looks like coldness or arrogance, when in reality, it's just strength that doesn't need an audience. Fifth, your experience taught you to be careful. Often, having few friends isn't about personality. It's about history. Betrayal, deception, indifference from people you once trusted. Psychology knows, when trust is broken, the brain activates a protective mechanism. You observe longer, test more carefully, let people in only after they pass an invisible filter. You have a high threshold for entering your personal space. This isn't paranoia. It's self-respect, shaped by experience. So if you have few friends, it's not a diagnosis. It simply means your inner world is more complex, more sensitive, more honest. You're not collecting acquaintances, you're searching for authentic connection. And sometimes that search takes time, but those who do end up close, stay close. Your solitude isn't emptiness. It's the space where your clarity grows. Don't rush to fill it with just anyone. If this resonated with you and you want to understand why so many people today are disappearing from social media altogether, watch this video. I break down the psychology of digital ghosts and those who prefer to observe rather than participate. And if you want to keep understanding yourself and others, subscribe.